Welcome to the Brothers Sinatra podcast, the only podcast featuring two swinging brothers talking about One Piece. I'm Jack Sinatra.
And I'm Tyler Sinatra. And we're
the Brothers Sinatra.
And one of us is going to be king of the pirates.
That's true, because today we're doing the live-action One Piece draft, folks.
Oh, we're drafting.
So usually, when you got draft, you got more than just two brothers. Today we're just doing a two-person draft. It's kind of like, we're at the schoolyard, and we've got these arbitrary rules with how we have to pick
some
people. But other than that, it's like go one for one.
And then he's going to pick one, I'm going to pick one, he's going to pick one, I'm going to pick one. And then, folks, you're going to decide whose team you think is better.
But you have to,
Mine's gonna be
look
better.
at it like, based on what happens in the live action. So it doesn't matter.
You can
what
look at it however
later.
you want. You can look at it however you want.
I recommend just looking at the pictures and the names and, seeing who has the better characters and take it from there. That's how I would do it.
Jackie's going to do that thing where he picks his team based on, like in fantasy football, it's like what team would, or like March Madness, it's like which team's mascot would win in a fight. That's how Jackie's picking his team for One Piece right now.
Well, it's going to be based on what I've seen. And just to remind everybody out there, I've seen these 8 episodes of live action and nothing else. So that is how I'm drafting my team based on the material that this is about. Tyler's going to do some high-minded crap about stuff that he's seen in the 7,000 other episodes that has nothing to do
like
with this
1,100
draft.
and something. Yeah, well, no, I'll only use it based on the people that are in the first season of the live action.
You got to listen on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. I don't care, but follow us. All right? Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook.
If you hit the little button, it doesn't cost you anything to follow or subscribe or whatever. You don't have to we don't have a Patreon yet. You don't have to join anything.
You
We're
don't
not
have to
asking
pay
for
anything.
money.
We're not asking for any money. Okay.
If anybody's telling
easy.
you to pay for our content, they're lying. For now.
Enjoy it while it lasts, folks, because pretty soon we're going to be all gated up.
It's going to be a premium.
All right?
There's
going to be a
premium.
paywall. It's like when you try to read any local news, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, you got to subscribe to, hear about this massive plumbing issue in your community. No. You just come and you go to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You go to veryentertaining.biz, and you see our site with everything that's coming up.
You suggest Sinatra's name on Feet Finder? I mean, no. Let's get to the One Piece, Jackie.
Let's get to Two Brothers One Piece, and this is kind of an end cap on our last couple of podcasts that have been all about the Season 1 live-action One Piece, because in just a couple of days here, on the 10th, which is Tuesday?
Tuesday, the 10th.
Tuesday, they're dropping Season 2, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's got to be a binge drop, or are they doing it more meted out, Tyler?
Oh, it's everything, Jackie. I requested the day off of work.
It's good for, you wanting to watch everything. Maybe not as good for a podcast, but we will talk about our reactions to it on the next podcast. So,
I can't wait, Jackie. My reaction's going to be
We're going to react to Season 2, and we'll see how much more we want to dive into it, or if we can all, just kind of get it all out in one. We took 2 podcasts talking about 4 episodes each in the past, but, it might just all be in one. We might just do a single reaction. All right. So we talked about our One Piece backgrounds already. I don't know as much. Tyler knows more.
I know way too much. I've forgotten more about One Piece than Jack knows. So basically,
Tyler, I don't know if you know this, but back in the day, a lot of people wanted Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan to play one-on-one, and they would have, thrown a bunch of money at him.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was known as kind of a one-on-one specialist. And, there's that whole aspect. But the problem is, for Magic Johnson, he was more of a team player. Yeah. So with Michael Jordan, the whole thing is, why would he do that? Because, he basically has nothing to gain from it.
Yeah,
if he
no
got
incentive.
Beaten by Magic Johnson, it would just be a negative. And if he won, it's like, well, he should have won because he was a specialist. So that's kind of the position that you're in today, okay? So everyone is expecting you to win, and you ought to win with your deep knowledge. So if you don't win, this is highly you know,
It won't
just,
be embarrassing for me.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Because
It's gonna be bad.
one of my
It's gonna be
picks
real
no matter
bad.
what. I tanked one of my picks no matter what. You're never gonna like. I can throw away one of my picks and I'll still win, Jackie. That's where we're at.
Well, you have to.
I'll let you go. I'll throw away one of my picks.
You're not allowed
and let
to
you
throw
go
away.
first.
You're not allowed to throw away one of your pick because then you'll definitely lose because then you won't be playing by the rules.
Oh,
and
no.
we got to go over the rules.
Gotta go over the
All right?
rules.
Rule number 1 is you have to draft one character in each category.
Oh, no, my plan.
We've talked a lot about these categories in the lead up. There was some disagreement on the categories. Today we're playing with my categories because they're easy for me to understand. You wanted it a little more complicated. We'll do Tyler's complicated categories, and that's what we'll call it. Tyler's complicated categories. We're going to do that maybe in a draft after season 2. Okay? So after season 2, we'll do a more complicated draft where you can really get out your scorecards, all right?
Oh,
but in this
all
one,
the folks at home will be scoring it out.
it's just like bowling, you know. They're all going to be making their different slashes and X's and whatnot. It's very
Mine's
complicated.
Gonna be all X's all across, Jackie.
You're a real turkey guy. And then, okay, so here's the categories, Tyler. So we're each going to pick a leader, a villain, a straw hat, an animal or creature, a marine, an other pirate, and a wild card. Okay? So that's 7. So we're each going to draft 7. That's 14 characters total. Rule number 2, characters can only be drafted one time. So you can't draft an adult version of a character and a child version. Why you would do that, I have no idea.
That's silly. That's silly. Never
As
pick
we've
the
talked
child.
about, you would never pick the child, okay? So it's just the character in their full nature. We'll call them the mature version of the character for the most part because we would probably never pick the child.
As they are, like, peak season 1 live action.
Season 1 live action, that's what we're drafting.
Not
each
like
category.
If you pick Arlong, it's not after he has the house dropped on him. It's when he's still alive.
I want him in that split second where he's got no teeth and he's all gums right before they regrow. That's how specific I want to be about the timing.
When he's all gums.
Number 3, categories can only be drafted one time. So, you know, you take a leader, then you're done with the leader category. You got to draft in a different category. Number 4, some characters could be drafted in multiple categories. So you got to specify when you're drafting which category that you're taking for the character. Okay? And then you can only draft named characters who are physically on screen. So you cannot draft from a wanted poster.
He tried to trick me with the wanted posters. He tried to trick me with the wanted posters, folks. He didn't expect that I would have a team all without the wanted posters, huh?
So another example would be the fella that you see at the end with the 2 cigars. That's not a named character that appears on screen.
I didn't
so you're
pick
not allowed
Smoker
to do that.
either. You're right. I didn't pick Smoker either. You're trying to get me out of my game, Jackie. You're trying to get me out of my game.
I'm just saying, if you see their face and they have a name, you can draft that character or that creature.
You ever see a list of rules that were designed by your older brother to make you lose a game?
I mean, if I could have gone a lot further. I just want us to understand the playing field.
It should be as fair as possible.
Okay, so from here, we just went through the rules. We'll do our best, but we really don't have a referee. That's one of the major problems with how this draft is set up.
We should have called in Uncle Enzo for this.
I told him that he should come in, but the problem is he's so busy working
on his
content.
Steel-bodied car.
He's working on that, but he's also supposed to be uploading some videos, you know, to the sites, and he does one at a time. I told him he should use one of those services where you just put it one place and it goes everywhere. He doesn't like doing that. He likes logging in. He likes logging out after every time he's in as well. So he doesn't even like stay logged in. He logs out. He has to remember his credentials. He's got a sticky note with a password. He's got to go enter it one by one. So
I told him
it's going to take a while.
Hey, don't leave that on a sticky note. That's also our credentials for all of our banking.
And he leaves it right in front of his webcam. And he's got one of those old school, you know, American Pie era webcams. And it's like, you know, when he's
anyone can get on those things.
And when he's on like a meeting, the camera's not even displaying him. It's just showing all of our passwords. I say, why
Most
don't
of
you
our
move that
sensitive
webcam?
information. It's like he's trying to give it away.
I have no idea what he's even doing, but long story short, he's not going to be refereeing this, so we just have to, agree to be honorable, unlike
Spoiler
certain
alert,
fishmen.
Enzo's not coming on the podcast.
At least not today. Maybe tune in next time. Maybe he'll come on.
Maybe he'll come on next time.
All right, so from here on out, we've got a spoiler alert. We might end up talking about certain things that happened in the live-action One Piece Season 1, and we'll do our best. It'll be impossible for me, unless I accidentally guess something that happens, to spoil anything that happens beyond these episodes. But my brother Tyler, with his deep knowledge of all things One Piece...
Stop saying deep knowledge.
Some things could eke out that he doesn't intend. So you might get spoiled on certain things in One Piece if you're not careful, all right? So spoilers are going to happen. And now let's draft, all right?
We're drafting, Jackie. You go first. I'm so confident in my draft that you can go first.
All right. So in this draft, with the first pick, I just am eyeballing these different categories on where I'm going to pick this particular person. And I think with my first pick, I'm going to take a straw hat, and I'm going to take Sanji.
You're the most insane human being I've ever met in my entire life. How could you take Sanji from me? That is what I was going to take. But that's also the one that was like my tank character, like the one that's not the one that would win. Oh, Jackie.
I have my draft strategy and you have yours. So I took Sanji in the Straw Hat category.
This hurts so bad.
Who's your first pick?
I'm going to pick a Straw Hat. I'm going to pick Zoro. Why did you make me do that? Oh, no. My own team. Actually, you might win because I might kill myself before the end of the podcast. I can't believe I put Zoro on my team. Oh, no.
It's that perfect moment in a draft where everybody gets exactly what they didn't want, but basically did it just to stick it to the other person.
Yeah, I was like, why would you do that?
So this is a fantastic start.
Intentionally just pick my favorite character in the entire series. Yeah, great. Awesome. Thanks.
With my second overall pick. Wait, before we go there, let's talk about Sanji and Zoro just for a second, okay?
Okay.
Because we could fly through this draft and,
we could just, not talk about anything at all.
So for those who haven't been paying attention, we've come out with some content in the recent past where we've made it clear that I'm a Zoro guy and Tyler's a Sanji guy.
And I'm a Sanji guy, yeah.
Tyler's also been talking up how he's going to, clearly win this draft. And so what I told Tyler is that my strategy is just to basically take his favorite characters from him whenever I can. And that was just the most clear way for me to do that. So I completely expected you to follow that up by taking my guy. So it's almost like a hostage situation. So if we're the coach, we basically, each have the guy we don't want. They're highly skilled. I don't hate having Sanji on my team. Would I rather have Zoro?
I hate having Zoro.
Absolutely. But there's no
I'm
trading.
Furious. I'm laughing about it, but I'm actually mad you did that. That's the one person I thought for sure you were going to be like, I'm going to pick Zoro. And I'm like, fine, I'll just take Sanji. I'll avoid the whole situation.
No.
Neither of us
this
picked
is our
Luffy,
first
and
draft.
the internet's going to go crazy. The
This is
internet's
our
like,
first draft.
neither of you picked
so,
Luffy?
now you understand.
Okay. Who do you pick next?
Well, if you like
Jack?
that, you're going to love what I do next. In my second overall pick, I'm taking a Marine. I'm taking Kobe.
Oh, I dodged a bullet on that one, Jackie. That's my second choice. It was the one because I was so sure you were gonna pick the one that I'm gonna pick that I put Kobe as my alternate.
So you're taking Luffy, I'm guessing.
No, as a Marine? No.
Oh. Well, you don't have to pick a Marine just because
I know, but I'm gonna pick a Marine. I'm gonna pick Garp.
All right. You're picking Garp under the Marine.
Under the Marine category.
So let's talk about Garp and Kobe. So why did you pick Garp as your Marine?
Garp, I pick Garp because not a very great father figure, but boy, he can house pretty much any character currently in the, like, you know, the big bad of the season is all along. Luffy drops a house on him. Luffy's resilient enough to go up against all along, take a couple punches, whatever. You find out at the very end of the live action series that he could not, if he even tried, to fight Garp. He would not succeed. There is no, that's what the live action leads you to believe. There is no chance that he would have ever, if Garp were to put on his serious face, it's done. That's why I picked Garp. He's a big, strong Marine who has a good sense of justice.
Yeah, Garp's a good pick. Garp, I like a lot. He is not only, just very Scottish in the live action, but, he shows that he can get busy at the end. I picked Kobe mainly just because I know you like Kobe.
I love Kobe.
So, again, this just kind of goes in with my initial strategy of taking your favorite characters.
It's you're going to end up with the team that I want, but I'm going to end up with the team that might win. I'm so mad.
Because to be honest with you, you're probably right. Because my pick under the Marine might have been Garp. I might have also taken Axe Hand Morgan, as you know. I just am a big
the other
fan
one I thought you might
of
take.
Axe Hands in general. It's kind of like, an Edward Scissorhands, but a little bit more dangerous. He's got that whole metal jaw. There's a lot to like there. But I'm going with Kobe mainly because I'm buying in early because I know that, more things are coming. But also he's shown that he's, got a strong mind. I also like the direction that they've taken Kobe versus what little anime I've seen. I like Kobe not being, super whiny the way he is in the beginning of the anime. I like what this character is doing, and I think he's going to come more into himself. And also, shout out to Helmeppo, who, even if he's not going to make the team, might be, hanging out in the wings. His whole thing with Kobe is it's something that I'm looking forward to in season 2. To see where that goes.
To be honest with you, Jackie, if I would have, honestly, with the extra knowledge, Kobe's probably your best choice other than Garp. I don't
And he's like the protege now. So
So good calls, good shots.
Give it to the younger generation. That's all I'm saying.
I'm really mad about you picking Kobe, but that's okay.
Yeah. You'll get over it.
You can, okay. You can pick your next guy.
All right, we're gonna go to number 3, and this is a real howler of a pick that I've got here. We'll see if it's in a good way. Can you hear the dog, by the way?
No.
Oh, well, good job with this microphone. We'll see if that shows up in the cut. The dog is going crazy right now because she knows I'm about to pick. Now here's where I'm changing what I'm doing slightly. I'm changing what I'm doing because I feel like I've already kind of just taken.
You've taken the wind out of my sails?
Yeah, more or less. If you want to, if we want to talk in terms of boats and that sort of stuff.
I did.
But I'm going to pick my leader at this point. And I'm going to basically do the chalk here. I think a lot of people that look at this draft are going to be like, these guys are idiots because they didn't take this guy in the first 2 rounds. Yeah. So I'm going to take Luffy as my leader in the 3rd round.
What a mistake you made, Jackie. What a mistake you just made.
A lot of people like Luffy.
I understand a lot of people like Luffy, but I'm about to crush you, leader for leader, right now. Leader, my leader chosen, red-haired Shanks, Jackie.
You're taking a guy with
Shanks, one arm,
shows up, can't get out of the hammock because he's hungover.
Yep.
Barely does anything in the whole first season.
Was able to defeat the Sea Beast outside of Luffy's hometown by
maybe
staring
a stay
at
of
him.
defeat, for now.
Stared at him to defeat him.
Yeah, I just question the future of this guy.
He's the captain of the red-haired pirates, Jackie.
Yeah, for now, but
okay.
For now. Pretty soon, I could roll up to that beach while they're all hungover, say a few words, and I'd be the captain. That's what I'm saying.
Look at me.
So we got a Luffy v. Shanks thing. One thing Shanks
Jackie.
didn't do is try to stab himself in the eye.
He didn't do that.
And miss
Luffy
horribly.
did that.
Yeah, so that's my guy. The guy who, tries to stab himself in the eye, but, he in his bones, his, internal body knows, no, you need that eye. So it's like he's just a protective force from the get-go. And also, what are you going to do? He's got those gum powers. He ate the fruit, and now he's Rubber Man, and he can, just knock down buildings and, torpedo himself in various directions. He's got the gum pistol. He kills the Catman with his head. Doesn't kill him. I think he comes back.
He knocks him out the building.
But he's also just got a nice spirit, and he might be the heir to the Gold Roger stuff. So, a lot to look forward to with Luffy.
All right, Jackie.
So let's see. We've kind of gone category for category so far. I'm kind of surprised about how we've been doing this.
Yeah, that's because I wasn't worried about you picking other people in my other categories. Once you pick somebody in the category, I pick the other one that I know that you won't pick.
That's fair. All right. For villain, I'm going to take my guy, Buggy the Clown. Okay.
Buggy. That's a good choice, Jackie. I didn't think you were going to pick Buggy.
Yeah, Buggy the Clown. I got to get some more gum powers on my squad. And insofar as, we've seen...
He has the chop. He has his chop fruit. He's the chop.
Yeah.
You need devil fruit powers.
Devil
not
fruit. That's what
powers.
I'm going for. That's why you're here, Tyler, is to, just whenever I'm going outside...
He's coloring outside the lines, folks. I got to bring him back in.
To me, it's all gum powers. But yeah, the chop fruit, you got these different devil fruits, okay? So we're going to have Buggy. He's going to have parts of his body over here, over there. So it's really like getting, a whole, 20 or so other, at least, people on your team because he can be, just... touching people's shoulders, they look around, his other fist is there, there's a lot we can do there. My one hang up with Buggy is I don't know, just from a team cohesion perspective, I don't really trust him to stick around maybe too much, but as long as he can just, stay in the game long enough to kind of achieve our goals, maybe as a fallback, I just kind of do what the All Along Pirates did, just remove his head from his body, have his body here, and just kind of have him as more of a decoy. Or maybe he could be the ball. If we're playing a ball game, he could be the ball.
Very useful for, spying. He can pop his ear off,
Yeah, he's got a lot of little hidden talents. Okay, what's your number 4? Your fourth draft pick. Well, I'm going villain. Well, I'm going back and forth because you're not picking my picks. So except for Sanji, but whatever. We're not going to talk about that. My villain is Dracule Mihawk, Jackie, the big sword himself, Yoru, the wielder of Yoru, and the guy who Zoro wants to eventually beat, but got absolutely just destroyed with a little knife. Yeah. So Mihawk, the problem with him is that, sure, he would be really great in whatever competition that that these teams are, undertaking. But you'll get to a point where he'll be like, you know what? I'm not going to beat you because I want to see, how this
I want
plays
to
out
see how
down the
this
line.
plays. Let's see how this goes. I'm
So
gonna
he's
leave
like,
you alone.
our teams are playing soccer against each other. He gets right to the goal and he's about to score, and he's like, you know what? I'm
Why
gonna.
don't you work a little harder? Come back. and
You
see
just
if you can
work on your
stop
skills
this.
a little bit. I'm not going to defeat you right now. We'll maybe take this to extra time, and we'll see how that
We'll
goes.
see how it goes later.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
You could have taken Mihawk in a couple other categories as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have let you slide with Marine if you wanted to make him a Marine. Even
I don't
though
think
he's
I would have taken him
technically a
Marine,
warlord.
but definitely in the other pirate
Other
category or the wild
Yeah.
card, obviously. But that's a good. I mean, that's a strong pick. Strong.
Strong,
You're going.
solid
You're really
pick.
going. I noticed that basically you're going for just the people with the strongest powers.
Yes. That's how you win drafts, Jackie.
It might be, but I mean, you also, again, you're getting all the face cards up, and I think that people are going to like what I have, my bench. I think people are just going to like looking at it more.
You have no idea what's happening yet, Jackie. What's your next pick?
Let's see here. So, basically, I got to get an animal,
Yeah.
an other
pirate and a wild
and a
card.
wild card. So, let's see. What am I going to do here? I think I'm going to go wild card now. And I'm going to take Nami.
You're making me go to my alternate, Jackie. You're making me go to my alternate.
And I'm taking Nami because, number one, I need a little bit, of feminine representation on my team. Number two, I think she's the most important character in the entire season. I think she's very capable. I think she could, run a few tricks, really fake out, some of the elements on your team, even if she's not physically stronger. And then I think that I've just got a nice little team dynamic going here with Luffy, Sanji, Nami, Kobe, and then Buggy is, really Buggy is the wild card here. Let's be honest with my team.
But you got to put him where he is. Villain.
First. I'm just saying, he's the one where it's like, where is he going to fit into the dynamic? But as we've seen, especially when he doesn't have the ability to kind of have all of his body parts, he can just be there hanging out and, cracking jokes. So, all right, what are you doing with your fifth pick?
This is the first time I'm not going to go 1-for-1 with you. I'm going other pirate, not wild card, just other non-straw hat pirate. And I am going to go with Lucky Roo. He's the guy who has the
goggles, right?
The goggles and the ham or the turkey leg.
Yeah.
Who
Goggle Turkey Man.
Who kills one of the bandit people in the skirmish between the red-haired pirates and the bandits when they're fighting for Luffy or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky Roo.
Lucky
Your
Roo.
other pirate.
He's my other pirate.
All right, so I need an animal or an other pirate at this point.
Yeah.
Now, from the animal perspective, this is a really difficult one. If I'm going for raw strength, there's a clear direction I could go. However, I might just leave that one for last. So since you took your other pirate, I think that's where I'm going to go.
And then I'll take my wild
I'm going to have to
card.
look at the list here because, there's a lot of different directions you could go. I could take another one of the red hair pirates.
My suggestion.
Yeah. I mean,
is either like Yasop or Ben Beckman.
nobody wants a guy named Ben Beckman on their team.
Yeah, but Ben Beckman's the first mate of the red-haired pirate, so.
Ugh. You know who
But
I
Yasop
really
can shoot a gun good.
Yeah, I mean he's I want to have a secondary option to that. I mean, actually what I could do is something. I mean, I could really go in a different
You could also
direction
pick
here.
Zeph. Because he's a
That's what
pirate.
I'm saying. Well, he's kind of a former pirate, but
Still a pirate.
You know
he
what?
counts as a pirate. He still lives by the code.
I think I am going to choose. What was his original name? Redleg Zeph.
Red Leg Zeph, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a good,
so I'm
that's a good choice.
gonna take under other pirate. I'm gonna take Zeph, and one of the major reasons why is I think he's gonna get the best out of Sanji. So Sanji's kind
That's
of
actually
like
a good idea.
heading up my
Oh.
team. I got Zeph now, and especially at the end of the season, they've had this certain relationship. Well, now I think they're in a much more appreciative state of mind where they really, can complement each other well. So
I mean, honestly, that is a good call. The Zeph Sanji combo that's a tough.
yeah. And here's some other ways I could have gone. I think I could have taken Arlong. I think I could have taken any of the fishmen, the Arlong pirates. I could have taken any of the cat people.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe I go Kuro. Maybe I go Arlong. Maybe I go Karubi with his fishman karate.
Karate.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny story, Jackie. You were on the same train of thought as I was for my wild card. It's gotta be Arlong, Jackie. It's gotta be Arlong for the wild card. The badass, sort of like, I don't care about what you think. I'm going to do what I want to do, take over you. Yeah, great wild card. Great wild card, Jackie. Impossible not to pick Arlong for me. He's the wildest of the cards.
So you have Arlong there. So looking at your team right now, you've got Zoro, you've got Garp,
Yeah.
you've got Shanks,
Yeah.
you've got Mihawk,
Yeah.
you've got Lucky Roo, and
Yeah.
you've got Arlong. So, again, very aggro team that you've got
I
here.
wonder if my team is going to attack the other team.
I feel like your team is the one that's going to, be very aggressively seeking first blood, and my team is going to be, maybe a little bit more, not only, it's reactive in the way
Maybe
of like
it's not.
it's
Maybe
like
we don't need to fight.
Garp over on your side, he's going to be throwing stuff in, and then Luffy on my side is going to be just kind of bouncing it back over. You're going to have this whole you try something, and I, the ingenuity and the craftiness of my team will kind of skirt around what you're trying to do.
Well, Jackie, maybe your animal/creature pick will swing the tide in your direction.
Now, this is a tough category because do we include people with animal qualities, or do we say that this is purely an animal?
I'll give you people with animal qualities, Jackie. I'll let you have whatever you want.
Well,
You're never going to pick what I'm picking.
if you get the people with animal qualities, then that opens it up to some pretty ridiculous choices that you could make. You could take Nezumi, the mouse man.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
not going to take him.
You could, though.
I'm not gonna because he's,
Don't. He sucks.
He would be a terrible team member.
Terrible addition to the team.
I could take any of those fishmen with the fishman karate or the ability
could,
to
yeah.
spit the whiskey.
You could do that.
I could take a guy Mary, who
You could take
just
Mary.
would walk out and immediately be slaughtered. Literally lambs to the slaughter, Tyler.
Yeah, you could.
Would be Mary.
Could do it.
Okay.
Could do that. You could take any of the cat.
I could take.
Kuja
Could I take?
pirates.
You would
I'd
allow
give
me
'em
to
to
take
you.
the cat people?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Now
let you
that's
take
just
them.
crazy. The biggest problem with me taking the thing that I want to take is finding the name of it for me.
Oh. Yeah, what is it? Maybe I can tell you what it is.
Well, let me try to find it here. Well, it's the biggest problem with choosing anything is you've got Shanks on your side, so he's basically just going to tell it to go away. But that's exactly what I want to take is the giant sea creature.
The giant sea creature. Yeah. Okay. It's
So
a
what
sea
is it?
beast. Yeah. It's a sea beast. I think
Sea
it has
beast?
a real name. Like hold on, let me look it up. That one has like a specific name.
So basically, my strategy here would be like, oh, you did that before? Well, I bet you can't do it again. Take your other arm.
And they call it the Lord of the Coast.
Oh, I like that. The Lord of the Coast.
But it's a sea beast, is what yeah.
Lord of the Coast.
That's a good pick, Jackie.
Lord of the Coast.
So,
I was thinking also possibly one of the snail phones.
That would be good.
And just to
But
call
my
for more
animal
help.
/ creature, Jackie, is Shoo Shoo, the dog. That's only in like a frame of the show.
You would. You did.
It's
so
sort
this
of an
is
anime only.
This was a great moment of the podcast where I can't even remember this dog being in the show.
Yeah.
And you spent about between 5 and 10 minutes talking about how much Shoo Shoo means to you.
Shoo Shoo is one of the most important parts of that arc to me.
The biggest problem is that Shoo Shoo is kind of mostly related to a character that neither of us drafted.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of hanging out. He's
just be hanging
the
out.
mascot. But to be honest with you, it doesn't matter because even if I have the Lord of the Coast, again, with Shanks,
He gets
that's
no
almost
diffed by Shanks.
it's almost a nullification, although you have to assume that Shanks now loses another limb. So now Shanks is walking around with no arms.
You don't have to assume that, Jackie.
I do, because Shanks is going to try to, he's going to think that Luffy is in trouble again, but it's like he doesn't know that they're on the same team, and then he loses another arm. It goes away.
So funny. Like stage a whole thing to get Shanks to save Luffy, and it's just so that the Lord of the Coast can eat Shanks. I've got you this time.
Zeph and Arlong get kind of tied up because Arlong just goes in and starts eating all the food, and Zeph is just trying to placate him. I mean, so there's a lot of, one-on-one battles that make this situation pretty interesting. But yeah, Shoo Shoo, I think, could just kind of run around and
Shoo Shoo's got it.
he's
I'm
all
not
about
worried about
esprit de
Shoo
corps
Shoo.
and just, making people excited to be there. He might actually... I could see Shoo Shoo distracting Luffy to a degree where now Luffy is, not really locked into what's going on.
He's like, oh, a dog. Look. It's a cute dog.
But, Garp could take down Luffy, but unfortunately Garp is busy playing Go with Kobe in the corner.
Yeah, right.
So
They're too busy.
They're not really part of the main fight because they're playing board games. And then Sanji and Zoro... it's basically...
Well, let's not even get into it. The people are just going to get mad if we talk about it.
I mean...
I love... here's the deal, folks. Zoro, yeah, technically. Even now, whatever. Throughout the whole series, stronger than Sanji. I'll give it to you. Fine. Who cares? If we're not talking... Some people don't care how strong a character is. Some people just... like the characters for who they are and like how they talk and their interactions with other people. If you're here to be like, he's the best character because he's the strongest, well, I've got news for you. He's not the strongest character in the series. But if that's how you want to determine everything, fine, you can. If you're just holding those two up, Zoro wins. He's stronger. But if you're going to be like, when it comes to the story, which one interests you more and stuff, you can have a nuanced opinion. You can like Sanji more than Zoro, and you can like Zoro more than Sanji. Ultimately, they're on the same team, and the King of the Pirates isn't going to fly without both of his wings, folks.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it, Jack.
Another pick that we could have made that we didn't was Gold Roger.
Yeah, I thought that would be unfair.
Okay. It's
because,
just,
like...
I might have, but I just literally didn't think of it. That would have been an interesting pick in my other.
Well,
but I
yeah,
like
yeah.
Zeph included in my team for team chemistry purposes.
But the thing is, if you pick Gold Roger, like, I got to tell you, the internet would just be like, oh, you win.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't matter, like, if you pick other characters. They just be like, you win.
So I think this is really going to be interesting to see how people react. So I'm going to run down.
Or if people react.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's going to be like 3 people that comment that are like, you're dumb. And that's what we're here for.
That's why we want you to comment.
That's why we do this. Yeah. So my team, I got Sanji. I got Kobe. I got Luffy. I got Buggy, Nami, Zeph, and the Lord of the Coast. Tyler, you've got Zoro, Garp, Shanks, Mihawk, Lucky Roo, Arlong, and Shushu. So we'll line those up. We'll get a nice graphic of all of the picks, and we'll see who you think would win the day. Now, how are they fighting?
I think I win even with Shushu.
I think you win because of Shushu in a lot of people's eyes.
Maybe.
That's the thing. That's your secret weapon is like nobody cares about the other people, but you put that dog at the end. That's how you get
you get the internet points.
That's how you exactly. People like, the Lord of the Coast might be powerful, but I kind of, that's the fallacy of the Lord of the Coast. Nobody is taking him because of how good he looks, and it's hard to tell the scale from a little picture in an Instagram photo. So
yeah, he's a regular smoothie.
Maybe that's what I should do is do like a picture to scale, so it's very obvious that my team is gigantic and that your team is very small.
Real small.
What else do you have to say about what we've just done with these teams?
Well, I honestly really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think we should do. Yeah, we could do it exactly like this or another more complicated one.
I think we'll do a draft Tyler style for season 2. So at the end of season 2, we'll have a bigger pool of characters. We'll have maybe some of these characters that we drafted in different places. And we'll just go again, and maybe, who knows, by then maybe we'll have a third person to throw in and muddy the waters even further, because I think
who knows?
In a draft, you get 3, you get 4 people, it becomes a lot more complicated, and you definitely have less categories, because, if you have that many people, this could take a lot longer.
Yeah,
but this
long time.
This is a nice, short, sweet, digestible.
We could probably do it with
2 hours, so.
Other content too, not just the anime. We could probably draft teams for like other shows or movies too.
Yep.
Just like, yeah.
All right, anyway. So that there you have it. That was the One Piece live action draft. Now for this next week, we've got obviously One Piece season 2 coming out, so that is going to be our main episode for next time. But we've also got a little midweek special where we have a quick K-pop Demon Hunters episode, just talking about 5 things that we like about K-pop Demon Hunters, because it's, Oscar season.
And we were already in sort of an animated mode, so we kept with the animated, but we put in like it's an Oscar.
And we typically
nominated.
do a lot of stuff that's just readily accessible on streaming, and there's no bigger streaming movie or property even in the last year than K-pop Demon Hunters. So check that episode out. I'll probably be posting that, I don't know, maybe Thursday, Friday. We'll see. And then next week, Monday, we'll have One Piece Season 2 reactions. And we'll see at that time if we're splitting it up or if we just kind of take it all at once.
I'm going to watch it all on Tuesday.
I know that you're going to watch it all, and that's kind of why I'm thinking it'll probably be a reaction to the whole season.
You can do it. You can watch it. You could watch it half and half like we did this last one.
I'm probably just going to watch the whole thing if I can. I'll be traveling a little bit mid next week, so hopefully I'll have the time. But we'll do our season 2 reactions. next time. And thank you, everybody, for listening to the Brothers Sinatra podcast. I'm Jack Sinatra.
And I'm Tyler Sinatra.
And we're the Brothers Sinatra.